pedigree, Louis Quatorze was named for Louis XIV, France's Sun King. Louis Quatorze was bred by Georgia Hoffman at her Wycombe House stud in Florida, birthplace of champions Gold Beauty and Sky Beauty. At 2, Louis Quatorze was quick to show the form which would see him rank among the leaders of his generation. He opened his account in a 6-furlong maiden race at Saratoga, speeding home 5.5 lengths clear of multiple stakes winner Beef Chopper.
Coming down to the line, it will be Louis Quatorze, who wins here decisively, winning it by 4.
From there, it was straight into Grade 1 competition and the 7-furlong Hopeful Stakes.
He was very precocious. We knew he had something special. The Hopeful came up, and he finished second in that race. Brilliant 2-year-old called Hennessy won it. Louis was second, but Maria's Man was third. So he was a brilliant 2-year-old.
Hennessy sweeping on the outside. Louis Quatorze digging down. He's very game. And Maria's Man is right there, but dropping back in third. Down to the last furlong now, and it is Hennessy who's roused to the lead here by Gary Stevens. And Hennessy by 1.5 lengths on the inside. Louis Quatorze running on gamely second, and farther back Maria's Man. Here's Louis Quatorze putting in his bid on the outside. Now running
in the Grade 1 Futurity Stakes, Maria's Man was in championship earning form, but Louis Quatorze ran another fine race to chase him home, defeating future Grade 1 winners Honor and Glory and Gold Fever in the process.
In front, Honor and Glory weakening. Louis Quatorze is right there. Featherbucks on the far outside. They're in the final furlong. Maria's Man coming to the 16th pole with the lead. Louis Quatorze doing his best.
The year-end experimental free handicap gave official confirmation of Louis Quatorze's place among the juvenile elite. With only Maria's Man, Unbridled Song, and Hennessy ranked above him, Louis Quatorze was considered superior to such as Skip Away, Gold Fever, Grindstone, Editor's Note, Cavalier, Victory Speech, and Roar. No question about it. Louis Quatorze was a very good 2-year-old, and he surpassed that ability the following year as a classic winner.
Well, I think he certainly was one of his best of his generation, and that's a very, very good crop of 3-year-olds. You could see Skip Away's running now, Will's Way's running now, Formal Goal's running now. And in his crop, you had Editor's Note, who won the Belmont Stakes and Louisiana Derby, and Unbridled Song. It was a tremendous crop, and he was victorious with most of those horses, you know, all the time.
This is at 1 3/16. That's a 1/16 of a mile shorter than the Kentucky Derby.
The Preakness Stakes, which has been run since 1873, is the shortest of the Triple Crown events, and therefore the one which places most emphasis on speed. It's no surprise then that Preakness winners have had a tremendous impact on the breed. The roll of honor including such influential sires as Man o' War, Count Fleet, Native Dancer, Bold Ruler, Northern Dancer, Tom Rolfe, Damascus, Secretariat, Seattle Sleuth, and Pleasant Colony.
Passing us for the first time. Louis Quatorze on the outside leads it. Victory Speech along the inside second. Louis Quatorze with Pat Day shows the way by 2. And here comes Skip Away charging up into the second spot. Midway on the track. Louis Quatorze in front 3 parts of a length. And here comes Skip Away on the outside. The gentleman with a 1/4 of a mile to the finish line. Louis Quatorze and Pat Day on the inside. Shane Sellers pulls alongside with Skip Away, and down the stretch they come. Louis Quatorze has a little bit more left. Skip Away on the outside in second. Middle of the racetrack, Victory Speech at the rail. Here comes Editor's Note in deep, deep stretch. Louis Quatorze and Pat Day wins it again by 3.
Finishing 3 1/4 lengths clear, Louis Quatorze set a time which equaled the fastest ever running of the then 123-year-old classic. The class of this performance is evident when one considers the horses which followed Louis Quatorze home. Skip Away, the eventual 3-year-old champion, subsequent Belmont Stakes victor Editor's Note, and Cavalier, who had come within a nose of capturing the Kentucky Derby.
The Preakness was one of the best races of the year. That was a tremendous race. He set a track record. He demolished Skip Away and Editor's Note, and certainly one of the best performances of the year.
Louis Quatorze battling going on valiantly at the inside.
Louis Quatorze continued to distinguish himself with a close second in the Grade 1 Travers. Skip away and editor's note again behind him.
Louis Quatorze doing his best. He's still second.
And a third to Skip Away and Cigar in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Then came the Breeders' Cup Classic. Here, Louis Quatorze, Will's Way, and Editor's Note were the standard bearers of the 3-year-old crop against a formidable group of older horses. These were headed by the legendary Cigar, about to capture a second successive title as Horse of the Year, the battle-hardened California challenger Alphabet Soup, Darren Go, who halted Cigar's winning run in the Pacific Classic, the current world mile record holder, Atticus, and the Grade 1 winners Mount Sassafras, Dramatic Gold, and Mahogany Hall.
He was beating a nose. Cigar was third, and I believe they ran 2 minutes, which was, I think, the fastest time in, I don't know, maybe 15 years up there. So everything this horse has done has been on a high level. Everything this horse has done, he's done with brilliance, and he's, you know, truly a remarkable, classy horse.
Mount Sassafras is coming away with the narrow lead. Cigar trying to get him as they reach the top of the stretch. Louis Quatorze and Alphabet Soup fighting on gamely. Mount Sassafras clinging desperately to the lead. Alphabet Soup in with an upset chance. Cigar, the heart of a champion, trying to get him. It's Alphabet Soup. Cigar on the outside. Louis Quatorze.
Only Unbridled, AP Indy, and Sunday Silence have captured a Triple Crown event and the Breeders' Cup Classic in the same season, and Louis Quatorze came heartbreakingly close to joining that select group. On the year-end international classification, Louis Quatorze was rated second high-weight North American colt, above Kentucky Derby winner Grindstone, as well as English and French winners Shamit and Ragmar.
As a 4-year-old, I think that this disheartening fact of this business is there's an old cliche about this game of humble kings. And he came back like man of war. I mean, he was winning races as a 3-year-old by a length, a half a length, 3/4 of a length, 2 lengths. Well, his first start was the Creme Fraiche Florida Derby Day, which again was 4.5 months. 5.5 months, excuse me, from his last start. He comes out and beats the field by 7.5 lengths.
In the final furlong, and out Pat Day goes to work on Louis Quatorze. He's trying to bear in, but Louis Quatorze holds the lead. Strawberry Wine being left behind. Louis Quatorze opening up in the last 16 to a comfortable victory. Louis Quatorze wins here.
A month later, in the Ben Alley at Keeneland, he looks like man of war again. He wins by 15.
Coming to the 16th pole, it is all Louis Quatorze, the solid favorite in front by almost 10. Knockadoo taking second, and King James running late. But here's the finish, the Ben Ally to Louis Quatorze.
And then obviously he came back to the barn and he wasn't right, and we discovered that chip. And unfortunately, it's one of the sad things you have in racing. But I can tell you one thing, he would have been the marquee horse this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm not talking out of turn. I think he was the horse, and I think everybody else had been running for second because he was devastating as a 4-year-old. There's no question he was better at 4 than he was at 2 and 3. And you could imagine what kind of horse he was if he was that good at 3.
A record-breaking classic winner of over $2 million, Louis Quatorze has sound claims to be regarded as the most accomplished colt of his crop. At 2, he defeated juvenile champion Maria's Mon, and at 3, he defeated both champion 3-year-old Skip Away and champion older horse and horse of the year, Cigar. His pedigree is equally impressive, as internationally respected pedigree analyst Alan Porter explains.
Yeah, I think Louis Quatorze has a fascinating pedigree. He was one of my top picks from the Keeneland July sales that year. He's by Sovereign Dancer, who's one of the best bred sons of Northern Dancer. He's had a multiple graded stakes winning mare. His granddam is a sister to the dam of Distinctly North, an extremely fast 2-year-old in England who's gone on to be a leading freshman sire in Europe. It's particularly interesting to note that he's inbred to the 3-part sister and brother, Bold Princess and Bold Lad. This is an extremely similar pedigree to a horse called Priolo, a champion miler in Europe, and Priolo's sire of a Grade 1 winning champion 2-year-old in his first crop, and this year another Grade 1 winning filly Brilliance in his second crop. It's also very, very interesting to note that Louis Quatorze goes back to his 4th dam, is a sister to a horse called Nashua. Nashua was Horse of the Year and has been a very influential sire. He's broodmare sire of Mr. Prospector and of Roberto, and so that Louis Quatorze is going to suit those strains extremely well. All in all, this is a very strong pedigree, and he's certainly a horse I'm going to be recommending breeders to use.
Louis Quatorze demonstrated outstanding class, courage, and consistency at 2, 3, and 4 years, and these attributes are matched by Summer Sale's looks and exceptional pedigree credentials. It is this exciting combination which has earned Louis Quatorze his place at Ashford Stud, Lexington, Kentucky. Ashford Stud is the North American arm of the world-famous Coolmore operation, and renowned as the home of champions and sires of champions. There, Louis Quatorze will proudly take his place alongside such as Woodman, Stormbird, El Gran Senor, Thunder Gulch, De Hare, and Hennessy. A Preakness champion at the home of champions, Louis Quatorze will begin his stud career in 1998.
As a stallion, I rate him as there's no guarantees in racing, but I would say this is the closest guarantee you could get in racing. If you want a good horse, you breed to Louis Quatorze, because there's no question he'd be one of our best stallions.
They turn for home, Louis Quatorze, skip away on the outside. Now Cavalier moves in the